च बहूनि मे व्यतीतानि जन्मानि तव चार्जुन तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि न त्वं वेत्थ परन्तप अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवाम्यात्ममायया यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्मसंस्थापनार्थाय सम्भवामि युगे युगे जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम् एवं यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति मामेति सोऽर्जुन वीतरागभयक्रोधा मन्मया मामुपाश्रिताः बहवो ज्ञानतपसा पूता मद्भावमागताः ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तांस्तथैव भजाम्यहम् मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्याः पार्थ सर्वशः काङ्क्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवताः क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम् न मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा इति मां योऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते एवैज्ञात्वा कृतं कर्म पूर्वैरपि मुमुक्षुभिः कुरु कर्मैव तस्मात् त्वं पूर्वैः पूर्वतरं कृतं किं कर्म किमकर्मेति कवयोऽप्यत्र मोहिताः तत्ते कर्म प्रवक्ष्यामि यज्ज्ञात्वा मोक्ष्यसे शुभात् कर्मणो ह्यपि बोद्धव्यं बोद्धव्यं च विकर्मणः अकर्मणश्च बोद्धव्यं गहना कर्मणो गतिः कर्मण्यकर्म यः पश्येत् अकर्मणि च कर्म यः स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्तः कृत्स्नकर्म कृत् यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमाहुः पण्डितं बुधाः त्यक्त्वा कर्मफलासङ्गं नित्यतृप्तो निराश्रयः कर्मण्यभिप्रवृत्तोऽपि नैव किञ्चित् करोति सः निराशीर्यतचित्तात्मा त्यक्तसर्वपरिग्रहः शारीरं केवलं कर्म कुर्वन्नाप्नोति किल्बिषम् यदृच्छालाभसन्तुष्टो द्वन्द्वातीतो विमत्सरः समसिद्धावसिद्धौ च कृत्वापि न निबध्यते गतसङ्गस्य मुक्तस्य ज्ञानावस्थितचेतसः यज्ञायाचरतः कर्म समग्रं प्रविलीयते ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्महविर्ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतम् ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्मकर्म समाधिना दैवमेवापरे यज्ञं योगिनः पर्युपासते ब्रह्माज्ञावपरे यज्ञं यज्ञेनैवोपजुह्वति श्रोत्रादीनीन्द्रियाण्यन्ये संयमाग्निषु जुह्वति शब्दादीन् विषयानन्य इन्द्रियाग्निषु जुह्वति सर्वाणीन्द्रियकर्माणि प्राणकर्माणि चापरे आत्मसंयमयोगाग्नौ जुह्वति ज्ञानदीपिते द्रव्ययज्ञास्तपोयज्ञा योगयज्ञास्तथा परे स्वाध्यायज्ञानयज्ञाश्च यतयः संशितव्रताः अपाने जुह्वति प्राणं प्राणे पानं तथा परे प्राणापानगतिरुद्ध्वा प्राणायामपरायणाः अपरे नियताहाराः प्राणान् प्राणेषु जुह्वति सर्वेऽप्येते यज्ञविदो यज्ञक्षपितकल्मषाः यज्ञशिष्टामृतभुजो याति ब्रह्म सनातनम् नायं लोकोऽस्त्ययज्ञस्य कुतोऽन्यः कुरु सत्तम एवं बहुविधा यज्ञा वितता ब्रह्मणो मुखे कर्मजान् विद्धितान् सर्वान् एवैज्ञात्वा विमोक्ष्यसे श्रेयान् द्रव्यमयाद्यज्ञाच् ज्ञानयज्ञः परन्तप सर्वं कर्माखिलं पार्थ ज्ञाने परिसमाप्यते तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानै ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः यज्ज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम् एवं यास्यसि पाण्डव येन भूतान्यशेषेण द्रक्ष्यस्यात्मन्यथो मयि अपि चेदसि पापेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः पापकृत्तमः सर्वैज्ञानप्लवेनैव.
Jai Shri Krishna. A very warm welcome to all of you to this session to discuss the fourth chapter today. So Didi will be sharing the screen and we'll discuss the fourth chapter. In the meantime, I request everybody to be ready with their PDFs whatever PDF you have and a pen or a pencil to underline anything that might be tough. Please be ready with your doubts. We can discuss them at the end of this session. So let's start with the Prarthana. Vasudeva Sutan Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. So let us begin with the first shloka. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Shrimad Bhagavad Gītā Atha Chaturthodhyayaha. Chaturthodhyayaha, you all know tho. You'll give complete the tho long sound and then give a subtle aghat of the to make it Chaturthodhyayaha. We'll move on to the first shloka, Didi. Shri Bhagavanuvāca. Here Shri will be Dirgha. Imam vivasvate yogam. Very easy charan. Imam vivasvate. Va has a stress aghat of sa. It is a very prominent aghat because va is a short sound. Vivasvate yogam. Proktavanahamavvyayam. Now in this charan, it is very essential that this ma sound comes complete. We'll discuss the whole thing. Prokta, pro is a long sound with a subtle aghat of ka. Proktavanahamavvyayam. Ma will have a aghat or stress of va, and ma sound should come complete. Mavyayam, here comes twice. Vivasvan manave praha. Vivasvan, again va has a subtle aghat of sa, and then va has a subtle aghat of na. Ve, you complete the long sound. Don't say manave praha. Manave praha is wrong. The ve is a long sound, so manave praha. Manurikshva kave bravit. Manurikshva is a short sound. This is a very common mistake. Many people end up saying manurikshva. That we have to be careful with. Manurikshva kave bravit. Ve is a long sound. Complete the long sound and then it is followed by S symbol, which is avagra. So you have to elongate it further and then give it subtle aghat of ba. Kave bravit. And the last the should be half, not bravita. That's wrong. Okay, we'll go to the next shloka, Didi. Evam parampara praptam. Evam param. The first ra has a subtle prominent aghat of ma because it's a short sound. Parampara praptam. Ra and pra should be both long. They both have subtle aghats. Imam rajarshayo veduhu. Imam rajarshayo. Now here the sound of sh should come a little sharp, like shayo, and not rajarshayo. There is a difference between sh and sh. So you have to be careful with that pronunciation. Sakaline hamahata. That's very easy. Yogo nashtah parantapa. Na has a prominent aghat of shatkorsha and not nashta. Nashtah parantapa. Next shloka, Didi. Sa evayam. Now see, a and va both are long sounds, so both should be dragged properly. Sa evayam mayatedya. There is a long sound followed by avagara, so it's very long, and that will be followed by a subtle stress of the. Tedya yoga proktah puratanaha. Both the visarga, the first visarga will be pronounced like pha. So, Yoga proktah puratanaha. Bhaktosi. Bha has a prominent aghat of ka. Bhaktosi me me sakha cheti. Now see, this charan has lot of long sounds. To, me, kha, che, all of them are very long sounds, but it's ending with a short sound. When we are singing, we tend to elongate it. We should avoid that. Cheti. Don't sing like that. Bhakto si me sakha cheti. Cut it short. Rahasyam. Her has a stress of sa. Rahasyam ye taduttamam. Now here the pronunciation should not come like he tad. It is ye. Her is half. Ye is complete. So ye taduttamam. Ye taduttamam. The last mo is half. Next shloka, Didi. Next. Arjuna uvacha aparam bhavato janma. Aparam bhavato. To is a long sound. Ja has a stress of na. Parai janma vivasvataha. The anuswaran ra is pronounced like ya. Now it's a very simple sound. Okay, don't twist the tongue too much to say ya like that. It's very simple. Keep it very subtle. Parai janma. Ja has a stress of na. Janma vivasvataha. First V is short. Then another second V is short. So the aghat is very prominent. Aghat of sa vivasvataha. Aparam bhavato janma parai janma vivasvataha. Kathametad. Kathametad means a long sound. Ta has a prominent stress of the. After the is half, V is complete. Kathametad vijaniyan. Jani and ya all are long sounds. Okay, so say all of them a little longer. Kathame tadvijaniyan tvamadau proktavaniti. It is ending with a short sound. So you have to say that, you have to cut it short, not niti. Tvamadau, dau, there is a tendency to miss this aghat on dau. I've seen this in exams also, people will miss this aghat. So dau is a long sound, complete the long sound and give a very subtle aghat of pa. Tvamadau proktavaniti. Next shloka, Didi. Next. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Bahuni. Who is long sound here? Bahuni me vyatitani. Me is a long sound and it will be followed by a subtle aghat of va. Bahuni me vyatitani. See, the long and short sound are toggling here. Me is long, vya is short, ti is long, ta is long, ni is short. So you have to be very careful with all the long and short sounds in this charan. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tava charjuna. Janmani, ja has a prominent aghat of na. Janmani tava charjuna. No, complete the sound of na. Do not say charjun. That's wrong. Tanyaham veda sarvani. Natvam, na has aghat of the. Natvam vetha parantapa. Ve is a long sound. It has a stress of the. Vetha. Vetha parantapa. Next shloka, Didi. Ajopi. Jo is a long sound followed by an avagra. Ajopi sannavyayatma. Sannavyayatma. Now, sir, we are not giving a deliberate aghat of na there. Though there is a sanyukta akshara, two letters, two consonants are combined there. But a natural aghat, a natural stress of na comes on that letter. Sannavyayatma. Na, the second na, which is full. So, sir is followed by half na and full na. The full na has a stress of va. Sannavyayatma. Ajopi sannavyayatma bhutanamishvaropi san. See how many long sounds there. Bhutanami. Then shva is a short sound again. Ro is a long sound followed by an avagra. Bhutanamishvaropi san. Now is half there. Prakritim swamadhisthaya. Prakritim Swamadhi. Dhi is a short sound and it is having a aghat of shashtkon sha. Tishtaya Sambhavamyatma Mayaya. Sambhavamyatma Mayaya. Next shloka, Didi. Yeah, this is a very easy shloka we've been singing from childhood. Yada yada hi dharmasya. Now, one thing that we must, when the both channels are said together, dharmasya is followed by a combined letter there. Glani. Ga is half, la is full. So, if you're saying it in one breath, the first and second channel, you will give a stress of ga on the ya, the last letter of the first charan. How we'll say that? I'll tell you once. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirvhavati bharata. Okay, the bharata, the should come complete, not bharat. Okay. Abhyut has a stress of ba. It's actually a stress of bha, but it sounds subtly like ba. If you see the grammar rules of level 2, you will get this, that the bha sound will sound like ba. Abhyuthana, you has a stress of the. Abhyuthanama dharmasya. Again here, after abhyuthana, there is a ma with the sound of ma should come complete. Abhyuthanama dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Next shloka, Didi. Very easy this one. Paritranaya, Ri has a stress of the. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. Du has a stress of sh and kru. Dushkritam. Ka has Rishi's ru matra. There is no ra in that. Okay. Dushkritam. Dharma samstha. The dot on sa, that is called as anuswar on sa. It will be pronounced like a nasal v consonant. Like that. Samsthapanarthaya. Dharma samsthapanarthaya. Sambhavami yuge yuge. Next shloka, Didi. Janma karma cha me divyam. Very easy this one. Evam yo veti tatvataha. Now here see. Evam yo. This is easy. Then veti. How many tas are coming? Veti. There are double ta there. Not veti. Veti. Then tatvataha. Ta complete followed by two half tas and a full va and again full complete ta. So all those sounds should come perfectly. Evam yo veti tatvataha. Tyaktva. Tya is followed by half ka, then half ta and full va. Tyaktva. Tyaktva deham punarjanma. Punarjanma. Naiti mameti sorjuna. This is very easy. Next shloka, Didi. Vitaraga bhayak krodha. Here has a stress of ka. It is a prominent aghat because here is a short sound. Note all the long sounds here and say it correctly. Manmaya, ma has a stress of na. Manmaya ma mupashritaha. Mupashritaha. Complete the long pa sound and then give a aghat of sh. Not pashrita. Pashrita is wrong. Manmaya mamupashritaha. Bahavo jnana tapasa. We can all see there is a aghat on vo, which is of nya. Now some people are used to calling it as nya, some will say jnya, some will say gnya. All three versions, whatever is your native uchcharan, that is acceptable in the exams. So, but your aghat will depend on what uchcharan you are saying. So, for instance, I am saying gnya, my aghat comes subtly of that of the. For those who are saying jnana, how it will be? Bahavo jnana tapasa. See, wo will have a subtle aghat of ja. For those who are saying jnana, like in half ga, it will be bahavo jnana. Okay, so according to your native uchcharan, you can say this. Bahavo jnana tapasa puta madbhava. Prominent aghat of the on ma. Puta madbhava magataha. Next, please, Didi. Ye yatha mam prapadyante. Ye yatha mam prapadyante. Now pa is half, ra is complete. Prapadyante. The second pa has a stress of the, half the, and then this dia consists of half the and full year. So on year we'll give a stress of na. Prapadyante. Tans tathaiva. The anuswar or dot on ta is that of, it will be pronounced like a nasal vowel consonant. Tans. Tans tathaiva bhajamyaham. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tans tathaiva bhajamyaham. Mama, now here see, don't say mum. Mum is wrong. Mama, both mas should be complete. Then vartmanu. After va, what are the three consonants we should know? Va is followed first by half ra, then half the, and full ma. Vartmanu. Mama vartmanu vartante. Manushya. Nu has a prominent aghat of sh, because nu is a short sound, so the aghat is very clearly audible. Manushya partha sarvashaha. Next, Didi. Kangshanta. Now see, kangshanta, ka is a long sound, and here we are not giving an aghat or stress of nga, because it consists of three letters, nga, ka, and sh. So the naisargik or the natural aghat of anga will come on ka. Okay, kangshanta, but we'll not deliberately give an aghat on ka. Okay, complete the long sound of ka and then say, and now ksha, that will have a aghat of na, prominent aghat of half na. Kangshanta karmanam siddhim. Now whenever this visarga, the two dots are to be pronounced like kha, there is a little confusion. You don't have to say a complete kha there, just breathe out there and say karmanam. The sound of kha will automatically come. Okay, kangshanta karmanam siddhim. Now this charan is ending with a short sound, so do not elongate the dhi sound there. Yajanta iha devataha kshipram hi manushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. This is very easy. We can go to the next shloka, Didi. Chatur varnyam. Now here see, chatu is followed by half ra, full va. Then that is followed by half ra and half ra and full ya. So chatur varnyam maya srashtam guna karma vibhagashaha tasya. The has a stress of sa. Tasya kartaram api mam. Vidya, V is followed by half the, then half the, and full ya. Here what mistake happens many times is vidha. The ucharan sometimes is ucharan of ya. The pronunciation comes like vidha. That we have to check. Okay, vidya. Vidya kartara mavyayam. Now this again, after kartara, the ma has to come complete. For that we should give a stress of va, half va sound on ma. Then that it will never come half. Okay, mavyayam. Tasya kartara mapi mam. Vidya kartara mavyayam. Next shloka, please. Namang karmani limpanti. Namang karmani limpanti. Again, charan is ending with a short sound. You can make a note that T should not become long. Name karma phale spraha. Name karma phale spraha. Lays a long sound with a subtle aghat of sa. Sa is followed by half pa and it has a Rishi's ru matra. Iti mam yo bhijanati. Cut short the T there. Karma bhirna sabadhyate. Ba, give that aghat of ba. In this whole second line, there is only one stress, one aghat, that is on ba. Rest, the entire thing is very easy. So, you have to say it accordingly. Next shloka, please. Evai jnatva kritam karma. Very easy. Evai, anuswar will be pronounced like ya. Nyatva kritam karma purvairapi mumukshubhihi. Pu is a long sound followed by half ra and vai. Purvairapi mumukshubhihi. See, in this last word, there is not a single long sound. Mumukshubhihi. You have to say that a little fast. Kuru karmaiva tasmatvam. Oh, how many long sounds there? Only I, my, and ma. Rest everything you should say a little swiftly. Kuru karmaiva tasmatvam purvah purvatarang kritam. Both pu should be long. Rest is very straightforward here. Purvah purvatarang kritam. Next, Luka, please. Kim karma kima karmeti. Now here one mistake that happens is kim karmeti. The third word, sometimes people end up saying this ma as half. We have to be careful with that. Kim karma kima karmeti. Kima karmeti. Like that. Kavayo pyatra mohitaha. Yo is a long sound. Complete the long sound and the avagra. So it has to be fairly long. Kavayo pyatra mohitaha. Tatte karma pravakshyami. Now in this charan only one aghat comes, only one stress is coming on ma, and many people tend to miss that aghat. So there is a prominent aghat of pa on it because ma is a short sound, so the aghat should be clearly audible. Karma pravakshyami yajñatva. Yajñatva mokshyase shubhat. Here mokshyase and not mokshase. This is a very common mistake that happens. The ear sound is not audible sometimes. We have to clearly say it. Mokshyase shubhat. Next, look at Didi. Karmano yapi bodhavyam. Bo is a long sound followed by half the and full dha. Bodhavyam. Bodhavyam cha vikarmanaha. So if you master this one word bodhavyam, this shloka becomes so easy. But at all three places in this entire shloka, bodhavyam is coming thrice. All three places the anuswar is pronounced differently. So remember that correctly. Okay, first time it is pronounced like ma, then ya, and then nga. Okay. So that ucharan you have to know correctly. Karmano yapi bodhavyam. Bodhavyai cha vikarmanaha. Akarmanascha bodhavyam. Akarmanascha. The aghat or na should be very clearly audible. Akarmanascha bodhavyam. Gahana karmano gatihi. Next, look at Didi. Karmanya karmayah pashyed. Karmanya, ma has aghat of na. Then karmanya karmayah pashyed, or has a prominent aghat of sha, and the half the should come half here. Pashyed akarmani cha karmayaha. Sabuddhiman manushyeshu. Buddhiman, bu has a aghat of the. Buddhiman manushyeshu. See here, both the shas are shatkon sha and not manushyeshu. That's wrong. Many times I've heard this ucharan. We have to be careful. The difference between sha and sha you should be able to say clearly. Sabuddhiman manushyeshu sayukta kritsna karma krit. Now, sayukta is very easy. Kritsna, kru is followed by half the, half sa, and full na. Kritsna, karma, krit, last the should be half. Next, look at Didi. Yasya sarve samarambha. Now see, yasya sarve samarambha. There are two aghats, two stresses here, ya and ra. Both are on short sounds, so the aghats should be very prominently audible. Yasya sarve samarambha. Now that after you say the long sound of ba, then breathe out. And when you are going to say kama sankalpa, that sound of ka will come. Yasya sarve samarambha. Kama sankalpa varjitaha. Here kama sankalpa sa has a stress or aghat of unga, okay, and it's followed by full ka, sankalpa varjitaha. Jnanagni, na is a long sound and it has a stress of ga. Jnanagni dagdha karmanan tamahuh. See, who is a short sound, then breathe out, tamahuh panditam budhaha. Next shloka, Didi. Tyaktva karma phala sangan. Very easy. Karma phala sangan. Again, so has a stress of unga followed by ga. The anuswar will be pronounced like na. Nityatrupto nirashrayaha. Karmanyabhipravrittopi. Now here see again, ma and bhi have aghats. Both are coming on short sounds. So you should not miss this. So if you miss the aghat on bhi, it will be very clearly known that you have missed the aghat, because it's a very clearly audible aghat. Karmanyabhipravrittopi and not pravritto. Vritto, there is double ta there. Don't miss that. Pravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. Ki is a short sound. It has a aghat of nya. Kinchit. And then chi is very obviously you have a stress of ta there. Kinchit karoti saha. Next shloka, please. Nirashiryata chittatma. Here after chi there are double ta. So make a note of that. Nirashiryata chittatma. Tyakta sarva. Now here see tyakta, here has a stress of ka, aghat of ka, then tyakta sarva parigraha. Rigraha, ri is a short sound, give the aghat of ga on that. Sharirang, it is shari, both sounds are long. Sharirang kevalang karma. Sharirang kevalang karma. Kurvannapnoti kilbisham. Kurvanna, complete the long na sound and then give an aghat of pa on it. Napnoti kilbisham. Ki is a short sound. Kilbisham. Okay, it will have a prominent aghat of la. Next shloka, please. Yadricha dru. Here now the has a rishi's ru matra, like how we say drushya, like that it will be dru here. Here there is no ra in this entire charan. Yadricha dru has a aghat of cha. It's because dru is followed by half cha and full cha. Chalabha santushto dvandvati to vimat. Saraha. Now see, when we are saying both the charans together, shto, the ending of first charan will have a very subtle aghat of the. How we will say that? I'll tell you once. Yadrichalabha santushto dvandvati to vimatsaraha samassiddhava siddhaucha. Siddha, see, has a stress of the. Siddhava siddhaucha kritvapi nanibadhyate. Here only twa is long and then in the end te is long. So whatever is there in middle, you swiftly. Kritvapi nanibadhyate. Next shloka, Didi, please. Gata sangasya muktasya. See the whole charan, it doesn't have a single long sound. So you have to say the whole charan swiftly. Gata sangasya muktasya. All the stress, all the aghats should come very prominently because all are short sounds. Jnana vasthita chetasaha. Yajnaya charata karma. Straightforward. Samagram has a prominent aghat of ga. Samagram praviliyate. Next shloka, please. Brahmarpanam. Now here see, here you all must be knowing by now this, you have to master the word Brahma here. When you are saying Brahma, ba is half, ra is complete, and then it is followed by half ha and full ma. But since it's followed by half ha, and according to one of the exception rules of Aghat, if a consonant begins with half ha, we do not give the Aghat or the stress. Okay, that's why we don't see Aghat symbol on any of the bras here. Okay, Brahmarpanam. However, the sound of her should come from within. It should be very clearly audible. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir. Now see, in this, how many long sounds in the first children? Only Brahma. That is, the ma is the long sound. Rest everything is short, so it should be said swiftly. And it is ending with a short sound. Havir, not Havir. This is a mistake commonly heard. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir. Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam. Brahmagnau, complete the long ma sound. Magnau, now is also a long sound. Brahmanahutam. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir. Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam. Brahmaivatena gantavyam. See, both aghats ga and ta have aghat of na and va respectively. Brahma karma samadhina. Next shloka, please. Daiva, it's starting with a long sound, and we'll have to say it a slightly longer. Daiva meva pare yajñam yoginah paryupasate. Now here one mistake that happens is paryupasate sometimes sound is pronounced like parupasate. We have to be careful with that. Okay, the sound of u should come properly. Yoginah paryupasate brahmagnavapare yajñam yagne naivopajuhvati. Now in this shloka and further few shlokas, juhvati, you will have to master this one. Again, ju is a short sound followed by half ha and full va. Juhvati. So we do not deliberately give a stress on ju because there is a natural stress or natural agha that will come because it is followed by half ha. Next shloka, Didi. Shrodradinindriyanyanye. So many long sounds in this charan. In fact, only two short sounds, dri and ya. Rest all sounds are long. So say this with full patience. Shrodradinindriyanyanye Sanyamagnishu juhvati. Sanyama, ma, long sound with a subtle aghat of ga. Magnishu, shatkonsha. Magnishu juhvati. This charan is ending with a short sound, so do not elongate it. While singing, we end up making it long. We have to be careful. Shabdadin vishayananya. Now see, in this charan, sha and shra both are coming. So that difference between the pronunciation should be very clear. Shabdadin vishayananya indriyagnishu juhvati. Next shloka, Didi, please. If anybody has any doubts, you can take it in the end. Sarvani indriya karmani. Sarvani. See, va and ni both are long, followed by a short sound. Sarvani indriya. Here, ani, long sound is followed by half na, half the, and full ra. Okay, and ra has a short e matra, short e sound. So, Sarvani indriya karmani. Ni is a short sound. If you are saying first and second charan together, you will give an stress of pa, half pa on ani. Sarvani indriya karmani prana karmani chapare. Atma Sanyama Yoga. Now in this Atma Sanyama, this Anuswar on Sa, the dot on Sa will be pronounced like a nasal ear consonant. Sanyam. Okay, Sanyam. So that you not Sanyam, not na sound, but a ear sound. Atma Sanyama Yoga. Juhvati Jnanadipite. Jovati, the stress on T should be very prominent. Jovati Jnanadipite. D will be long, P will be short, T will be long. Next shloka, Didi, please. Dravya yajna stapo yajna. Now here, see, you note all these aghats. Dravya. In dravya, da is half and ra is complete. So the stress actually comes on ra and it will be short sound of va. Rav, like that. Dravya yajna stapo yajna. Yoga yajnastatha pare. Yoga yajnas. Now see again here wherever the word nya is coming, you have, there should be consistency. So if I'm giving a stress of the, then I should not say I should say give the stress of the on each, wherever that yajna is coming, on each year the stress has to be consistent. So all three types of stresses are allowed. Yajna, all are correct. We will not deduct marks for that. But if one time you are saying yajna, you have to consistently maintain that. You cannot say yajna first time, then yajna second time, and yajna third time. That should not be done. There has to be a consistency in your pronunciation throughout the shloka. Okay. Dravya yajna stapo yajna yoga yajna statha pare swadhyaya jnana yajnascha. See, Swadhyava has a stress of the. So, and it will sound a little bit like the. Swadhyaya jnana yajnascha. If you are saying ja, yajna, how the pronunciation will come. Swadhyaya jnana yajnascha. Okay, but whatever you are saying, maintain the consistency. Yatayas samshitavrataha. Yatayas. Visarga is pronounced like sir, and samshita, the anuswar or dot on sir will be pronounced like a nasal vowel consonant. Samshita. Samshitavrataha. Next shloka, please. Apane juhvate pranhan. Now see, apane. This is very easy. This just you have to remember that you have to give a stress of pa on ti. Prane panantatha pare. Very easy. This one. Prana banagati rudhva. Ru is followed by 3 consonants, out of which the and the are half and va is complete. Then it is followed by pranayama parayanaha. If you are saying the whole sentence in one breath, then on va you will give a subtle aghat of pa. How that will sound, I'll tell once. Pranapanagati rudhva pranayama parayanaha. Next shloka, please. Apare niyatahara pranan praneshu juhvati. Now very easy this one. Pranan. Now after or na, why we are not giving aghat? Because it's followed by 3 letters. Half na, half pa, and full ra. That's why we do not give in the second channel. We do not give a aghat on ra. Rest of the aghats are rest of the words are very easy. Then going to the third channel, sarve piete, we complete the long sound and then give drag it a little more because it's followed by avagra, and then give a subtle aghat of pa. Sarve piete yajnavedo. Now here one mistake that happens is instead of piete, the charan comes like pete. Sometimes this ye comes like a. We have to watch our own pronunciation for that. Sarve piete yajnavedo. Yajnash. Now here yajnakshapita kalmashaha. Here has a aghat of the ga or ja as per what you are used to saying, and nya will have a aghat of ka. Okay, yajnakshapita kalmashaha. Next shloka, please. Yajnashishtamritabhujo. Now see here, by now this yajna word you should have mastered after completing all those shlokas. Yajna, yajna, yajna. Then shishta. Now see both shas are coming together. Shishta. So that you have to say there should be a distinction in their pronunciation, right? It shouldn't be shishta. Shishta is wrong. Shishta. Then she will have a stress or aghata षट्कोणशः. Yajñashishtamrita bhujo yanti brahma sanatanam yanti. Now see, T has a stress of half ba. Do not miss that aghat. Yanti brahma sanatanam nayam lokostya yajñasya. See how many years are there in this charan. Lokosta, first in nayam also, and then loko, ko is a long sound followed by avagra, then half sa followed by half the and full year. Then year again, which has a stress of jnya or jnya, whatever you call it. Yajñasya kutonya kuru sattama. Now here kutonya. Kuru, ku and ru, both are short sounds. This is a very common mistake. Kuru, sattama, or ku or ru, one of them becomes dirgha sometimes. You have to be very careful there. Sattama, now here, ma is a complete, not sattam. Okay, this third and fourth charan I'll say once. You can say in mute. Nayam lokostya yajñasya kutonya kuru sattama. Okay, next shloka please, Didi. Evam bahuvidha yajña. If you are saying yajña, evam bahuvidha yajña vitata. See, V and ta both are short sounds. So say it swiftly and elongate the ta sound and give a very subtle aghat of ba on ta. Vitata brahmano mukhe karmajan vidhitan sarvan. Karmajan. Ja is long sound with a subtle stress of na. Vidhi. V has a prominent aghat of the. Vidhi. And do not elongate the these sound there. Karmajan vidhitan sarvan evainyatva vimokshase. Now here also this pronunciation sometimes comes like vimokshase. So that we have to be very careful. Ksha is joined with ya, complete ya. Vimokshase. Next shloka please, Didi. Shreyan. This is Shre. Shreyan dravyamaya dhyajñach. Now here we'll see the combined letters, which are the consonants coming together. So Shreya, straightforward. It is followed by half na, half the, and full ra. Ra will have a stress of va. Dravya. Maya dhyajñach. Now ya is followed by half the and full ya. That is followed by jña and the half sound of ja. Okay, yajñaj, not yajñaja. If you say ja, the entire meaning of the shloka goes for a toss. So, Shreyan dravyamaya dhyajñaj jnana yajñah parantapa. Here you complete the pa sound. Jnana yajñah parantapa. Sarvam karma khilam partha Jnane parisamapyate. Jnane parisamapyate. If you are saying the third and fourth charan together, then please don't miss the aghat of jna on tha. Next shloka, Didi, please. Tadvidhi pranipatena. Tadvidhi pranipatena. Prashnena sevaya. See, parip, re has a stress of pa, and then a half pa and full ra. Ra has a stress of sha. Parip prashnena sevaya. Upadekshanti. See, upadeksha, they doesn't have a aghat because ksha itself is a combined consonant sayuktakshar and it is joined with ya. So it becomes 3 consonants. So, and here will have a stress of na. Dekshyanti. Be careful with this one. Te jnanai. Upadekshanti te jnanai. Jnani nastatva darshinaha. Jnani. Ni should not be long. Jnani nastatva darshinaha. Next shloka, please. If anybody has doubts, you can post it on the chat window. Yajñatvana punarmoham. Yajñatva. Nya is a long sound and it has a subtle aghat of ta. Punarmoham evam yasyasi pandava. Pa is a long sound and it is having a stress of na. Okay, so because it is a anunasik or a nasal consonant, the aghats, whenever the aghat will be of a nasal consonant, then it will give a ghantana type of sound will come. Pandava. It's a very beautiful sound that stress should come clearly. Yena bhutanya shirshena. See, ye and bhu and ta. These all are long, followed by nya, which is half sound. Ye, short sound, sorry. Yena bhutanya shirshena. Two types of shers together. Distinct ucharan you have to do. Drakshasya manyatho mai. Now, drakshasya, ya has a stress of sa, ya has a stress of ta, and ma has a stress or aghat of na. All these aghats should come clearly, and mai, not mai. That ya has a short e matra that you have to say carefully, not mai but mai. Okay, next shloka, Didi. Api chedasi papebhyas. Pape is a long sound and it will have a stress or aghat of bha. Api chedasi papebhyas sarvebhyah papakrittamaha. Very easy this one. Only papakrittamaha. There is double ta there. That you have to remember. Sarvaijnanaplavenaiva. Very different one. Na has a stress of pa or aghat of pa. You should not miss this aghat. Sarvaijnanaplavenaiva vrijinam santarashyasi. Sa has a stress of na. Santarashyasi. Re is a short sound, so the aghat of sha is very prominent on that. And this charan is ending with a short sound. So do not say santarashyasi. Do not drag it. Vrijinam santarashyasi. Cut it short. Next shloka, Didi. Yathai dhaunsi. Now the anuswar on dha will be pronounced like a nasal consonant verb. Dhaunsi and not dhansi. Yathai dhaunsi samidhognir. Samid. Mi is a short sound. It will have a prominent aghat of the. Samidhognir. Gni. And it's a short sound, so you have to cut it short there. And ra, the visarga is pronounced like half ra. Okay, then bhasmatsat kuruterjuna. Bhasmatsat. Now va has a stress of sa. Bhasma sa is a long sound. Complete the long sound and give a stress of ta. Aghat of half ta. Bhasmatsat kuruterjuna. Now in this kuruterjuna only te is a long sound. Kuru and ju should be short. Do not elongate it. The charan is ending with a short sound. Keep it short. Arjuna and not Arjuna. Okay. Bhasmatsat kuruterjuna. Jnanagnih sarva karmani. Keep the ni short. Bhasmasat kurute tatha. Next. Shloka, please. Nahidnyanena sadrasham. He has a aghat. Rest is very easy. Sadrasham. The has a Rishi's ru matra. Nahidnyanena or nahijnyanena as per your ucharan. Nahidnyanena sadrasham pavitra miha vidyate. V has a aghat of ta here. Half ta. Pavitra. Pavitra miha vidyate. Tat swayam. Here tat. Ta is followed by half ta and half sa followed by full va. Tat swayam. Tat swayam. Tat swayam yoga samsiddhak. Samsiddha. Again, anuswar will be pronounced like a nasal va consonant. Samsiddhak kalinatmani vindati. Na, long sound followed by half ta. Natmani vindati. See, all are short sounds towards the end. Do not elongate anything. Next shloka, Didi. Shraddha vallabhate jnanan. Now, Shraddha. The word Shraddha, Shra has a aghat or Shra has a stress of the. The Shra consists of half Shra and full Ra. Ra will have a stress of the. Shraddha. Okay, followed by half dha, then va has a chandra bindu over it. How we pronounce that? It has a nasal l consonant. Vallabhate. Okay, and te is a long sound. It will have a stress of nyan consonant, the first consonant, how you pronounce it. Shraddha vallabhate jnanan tatparah Sanyatendriyah, Sanyate, and the anuswar will be pronounced like a nasal y consonant. Sanyatendriyah, Jnanam labdva. La is followed by three consonants. Two half, ba half, dha half, full va. That's why we are not giving a deliberate aghat on la. Jnanan labdva param shantim achirena. Now see, in this only re and na are long sounds. So dhigachati should be said swiftly. Achirena dhigachati. Next shloka, Didi, please. Adnyascha. Now this is very tricky. Now let's see the sayukta or the combined consonants in this. A is followed by nya. Okay, so that Charan, you will see according to how you say it, it's followed by half sha and full cha. Cha has a stress of sha. Okay, all these aghats should come properly. Agnyascha shraddhadanascha. Now here it is shraddhadanascha. Shraddhadanascha. So after agnyascha shra, the fifth letter is double the. Okay, Shraddhadanascha, Agnyascha, Shraddhadanascha. Samshayatma, the anuswar answer will be pronounced like again a nasal v consonant. Samshaya. Samshayatma vinashyati. Nayam lokosti naparo. You have to say sti and na pa. That will be said little swiftly because all of them are short sounds for ending with a long sound. Ro, dirgha. Nasukham samshayat manaha. Next shloka, please, Didi. Yoga sanyasta. See, sa is followed by two half nas and a full ya. Here some mistake that happens is sannas. Sannasya, that kind of uchcharan comes sometimes. You have to be careful with this. Yoga sanyasta karmanai jnana sanchanna samshayam. See how it is? The jnana, that is a easy word. Then sanchanna, sa has a stress of nya. Sanchanna samshayam. Anuswaran sa will be pronounced like nasal v consonant. Samshayam. Yoga sanyasta karmanai jnana sanchanna samshayam. Here in this entire sentence, the anuswar uchcharan should come properly. Ya, then sanchanna, that aghat of ya should come properly, and nasal consonant of va should come properly on samshaya. Make a note of that. Okay. Atmavantanna karmani. Very easy. Cut it short. Nebadnanti. Now here nebadnanti. After birth, ha is half and na is full. Nebadnanti dhananjaya. Okay, this is very easy. Next, Didi. Tasmadagnyana. Now here see, ta has a stress or aghat of sa. Tasmadagnyana. Da has a aghat of stress of the or ja or ga as per your uchcharan. I'm used to saying jnana because I'm coming from Maharashtra. We are used to saying jnana, so my aghat sounds like the. But for you, I'll tell you in all the three ways. Sambhutam, tasmadajnana sambhutam, or tasmadajnana sambhutam. Ritsthai. Now here see, her rishis, her has a rishis ru matra. Ru. Okay. Now, like how we say hriday, like that, here it is ru, followed by half the, half sa, and full tha. Ritsthai. Ritsthai jnanasinat manaha. Tasmadajnana sambhutam. Ritsthai jnanasinat manaha. Chitvainam. Here there are double tha. Chitvainam, not chitvainam. Chitvainam is wrong. Chit and Tvai. Chitvainam Saunshayam Yogam. We all know Anuswar on Sa. The dot on Sa will be pronounced like a nasal consonant verb. Saunshayam Yogam Atishto. Atishto. Ti has a subtle, prominent agata Shatkonsha. Atishto Tishta Bharata. Now here also Atishto. See, after tho, there is double ta. So this is also a very common mistake. Many people have heard them saying atishto tishta, atishto tishta. That's wrong. Atishto tishta bharata. Half the you take it with the tho sound. Atishto tishta bharata. Okay, and the shatkonsha sound should come properly. Bharata, ta has to be complete. Next look, next Didi. Almost now we are done with it. Om. Now what happens when we see the Pushpika like a Rajdhani Express? We'll quickly say Om Tat Saditi Shrimat. Here also the Aga, so all the stresses we have to say carefully. Okay. Om Tat Saditish. See, Tat Saditi. The and T both are short sounds, so the stress or aghat on them should be prominently heard. The first the has a stress of the and T has a prominent aghat of sh. Tatsadite Srimad Bhagavad Gītā. So here ma and va both have aghat or stress of the. Mad Bhagavad Gītā. Okay. Om Tatsadite Srimad Bhagavad Gītā. Su Upanishad Sub. Shra has a stress of the and Su has a stress of ba. Okay, half ba. Upanishad Sub. Brahma Vidyayam. V is a short sound, so that is also having a prominent aghat of the. Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastresh. Now see what happens in this Shastre. The next word comes in the second line. So many times this aghat, the stress on tre gets missed. The tre will have a stress of sh. It is a very subtle aghat, but it should be heard. Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Kru has a stress of Shatkondra. Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. The Anuswaran sa or the dot on sa will be pronounced like what? A nasal consonant word. Samvadesh. Now they will also have a aghat. Why? Because the name of this yoga is, or this chapter is, Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. It starts with a combined letter, Sanyuktakshar, Jnana. So how you give an aghat of Jna, that you will give on Samvade's long day sound. Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Jnana. I'm giving aghat of the here. If you are saying giving an aghat of ja, how it will be? Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Jnana. Like that. Okay. So, Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yogo Nama Chaturtho Dhyayaha. I'll say the whole Pushpika one last time. Om Tat Sadite Srimad Bhagavad Gītā Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yogo Nama Chaturtho Dhyayaha. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Thank you everybody, and I wish you all a very good luck for your exams. If anybody has any doubts or want to, recite any shloka with closed eyes, you can raise your hand. If you have any doubts, you can raise your hand, turn on your video, and Didi will unmute you. If there are any doubts or any questions, or if you want to just try saying some shloka with closed eyes, you can feel free to raise hand also. So
he has any doubts, we are really thankful.
This is a very easy chapter by and large. Few words are slightly tricky, but by and large, it's going to be a very easy chapter to master. Okay, I don't think there are any doubts, Rashmi Didi. So I think,
No.
yeah, so we can go
Shall we
towards the
take a
Samapan
prayer?
Pratna. If you have any doubts, your trainers will also be available to help you. I wish you a very good luck for your exams. We can take the Pratna, I think, Didi. Or yeah, even now, if anybody has doubts, you can raise the hand. Okay. So while I do the Pratna. Okay. Chalo. Yogesham Satchidanandam Vasudevam Rajapriyam Dharma Samstapakam Veeram Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Shri Krishna, everybody.
Thank you,
Very
Shraddha
good luck
Didi,
for the
for being
exams.
here.
Thank
I'm
you,
sure
Rashmi
everybody
Didi.
is very confident now after revising it once finally from you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rashmi Didi, for helping in conducting the whole session. And thanks to all the participants also.
Thank
And a very good luck to all of them.
Shall I end the meeting now? I'll stop
I
this
think,
and I'll
yeah,
end the
I
meeting
think
also.